This video right here looked interesting. When accidentally going live ruins your life. It's by Wavy Web Surf. And look, this thumbnail is crazy. They gooned live. Why is Shannon Sharpe the face? Oh, he's gonna talk about the Instagram live shit.
With the barriers to streaming almost non-existent in today's age, a rather humorous genre of blunder has emerged that I've taken a particular interest in documenting: the accidental live stream. From internationally famous celebrities
I don't think he did that shit accidentally. I'm gonna keep it a buck. At that time, a lot of people were questioning Shannon Sharpe's masculinity. They said that he was zesty because he had multiple hip surgeries and he was kind of standing to the side. You feel me? I don't believe it. I feel like he did that to show people like he's a man. You know what I mean?
Streaming themselves laying pipe
And he's
to mistakenly
he sound like a fucking monster.
broadcasting the birth of your child to Facebook. And of course, unintentionally distributing a live stroke session to YouTube.
Oh, hell no.
These are the internet's most infamous
How do you accidentally
live
do that?
streams. The Instagram live cheek clapping incident.
What?
September 11th, 2024, users of Instagram
this is my modern day 9/11. Oh my
be
God.
left grieving. Not because of anything terrorism related, rather it was due to a freak tragedy of the modern age.
Oh my God.
A sports media superstar, athlete, and international...
Nah, and then like with all the shit that's going down right now with Shannon Sharpe, it's like, this was really his strike one. You feel me? Do you think things would be a little bit different if this never happened and the other shit happened? I don't know.
Beloved Unk accidentally went live while getting busy in the bedroom.
Why are you playing into my ears? He sound like a zombie. Like y'all ever play Minecraft and the zombies are outside?
And the aftermath of its leakage threatened to ruin the celebrity's career.
6,000
But how exactly
views.
does one accidentally live stream themselves clapping some cheek?
Yeah, don't you have to press the button and then it counts down? Don't you have to press the button and then it counts down, bro?
Well, let's
Bro, okay. I'm about to end this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm about to end this TikTok live in a minute. I can't. If this shit does that one more time, it's over.
deep and get to the bottom of this story.
I eat everything on the pig except the squeal.
What does that mean? The squeal?
Wait.
This is Shannon Sharpe, aliases Shay Shay, the shapeshifter.
Hey, he's in good shape though.
Of course, Unk. He's an NFL Hall of Famer, considered one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game, with over 10,000 receiving yards during his career. Retiring in 2003, Unk took the route of sports analyst and media personality. He found immense success in this lane. I guess you could say
really
Shannon
did.
is something of a natural.
Dude, he would have had $100 million if that snow bunny situation would have never happened, bro. Isn't that crazy to think?
Behind the camera.
Is that what we doing, Skip? So why, hold on, Skip, always look at me when I'm talking to you.
His booming voice, enthusiasm, and animated persona have helped this Unk become one of the most beloved sports commentators in American history, and he's an invaluable asset to sports networks like ESPN. And with that stated, I must highlight that Shannon is popular with more than just Sports Center boomers. He has found success with younger fans as well through independent ventures like his Club Shay Shay podcast, which has produced many interesting moments. Needless to say, Shannon Sharpe is a massive, almost universally beloved and wholesome figure in the world of sports entertainment. But on 9/11, everything was about to change. With over 3.3 million followers, Instagram is by far Shannon's largest social media platform, mostly used by the man to promote his podcast and post life updates. Shannon rarely goes live, so when viewers got that 9/11 notification that Unk was streaming, thousands of them tapped in. Upon tuning in, live stream attendees unwittingly found themselves in the cuck chair, a front row seat to an apparent cheek-busting session broadcast.
What?
By the shapeshifter
Cheek-busting
himself.
session.
While thankfully,
What is that farting noise? Nah, that's squirting and farting. Hell no. Hell no. Unk was beating them guts up.
Body parts or people are shown in the recording, some rather intriguing audio is heard.
Why was
This
that
audio
noise?
with the man grunting and groaning, and a female.
Why is he putting the audio in, bro?
Making some interesting vocalizations.
Do you think it was a humiliation ritual? I don't think it was a humiliation ritual. I just think like his masculinity was tested in the moment, and a lot of people were calling him gay. A lot of people were saying that he was zesty. A lot of people were saying he was flamboyant. And, you know, as much as people try to act like the internet doesn't get to them, it does. Even the people who are at the very, very top, Mr. Beast, Joe Rogan, Shannon Sharpe, Elon Musk, the internet gets to them. These are people at the end of the day, bro. And in this moment, he was like, okay, I'm going to show them. I'm going to set the phone down. Because you don't just accidentally go live on Instagram. The phone doesn't accidentally turn on and it's pointed conveniently at the ground or whatever this is. And you can hear everything that's going on. And you don't see nothing. Come on.
Their own. If I was to take a wild guess, I would assume that they're assembling some IKEA furniture.
Okay. This shit is driving me fucking crazy, bro. This shit is driving me crazy. This connection, bro.
Or something like that. People were in complete shock.
Yeah, that's exactly. There's literally a countdown for Instagram Live, bro.
Look at what they were witnessing here. Fans of the Unk were in disbelief, begging Shannon to cut the stream, while others speculated that he must have been hacked. Some offered critiques of the performance itself.
How do you... Huh? You didn't see nothing.
Quote, somebody hacked Unk. He must have been hacked, lol. Nah, hell nah. N-word growling, unquote.
That's nature. That's nature right there. That's a lion chasing down a gazelle. Why? Why does she sound like that? She sounds like, you know, when Mario dies in game and you lose all your lives.
After it was all said and done, this freaky ass
he sound like a pit bull, bro.
live stream was viewed by close to 6.4 million people. The celebrity's boink session lasting about 2 minutes.
Boink session is crazy.
So at least he's relatable in that way. Now, it's pretty clear what had happened here. Shannon, in all of his boomer wisdom, had somehow accidentally hit...
All right, bro. I'm ending this shit. I'm not gonna lie. No more. No, I can't. Y'all, hey, everybody go to YouTube. Everybody go to YouTube. Bitch, stop it. Oh my God, this is fucking up the reaction, bro. I'm sorry to everybody on YouTube. I'm sorry, bro. I tried to, like, multi-stream this shit, and it just fucked everything up. I can't do this.
Live while performing an intimate bedroom tune-up. Realizing he had just made a potentially career-ruining fumble, the former tight end screened his options and took a route of ignorance initially. Shortly after the Unk's bricked-up broadcast, an Instagram story was published to his account, warning fans, suggesting the entire broadcast itself was some sort of hoax orchestrated by a malicious hacker. Beware, my @ShannonSharpe84 Instagram was hacked this morning. My team and I are working vigorously to figure this out. Vigorously? That's really the adverb you decided to go with?
He had his PR team come out and say that, bro.
Dear Jesus Christ, there's no...
Come on, bro.
We're vigorously trying to solve the problem. Now, as you might expect...
Oh, yeah, he was vigorously creating that problem now.
Given this... Fans were calling pass interference on Shannon's efforts to throw blame at a hacker. It was very obviously him grunting and carrying on in that live stream. With mounting pressure from fans, mainstream, and social media, Shannon seemed to come to the conclusion that if he was to maintain his audience's affection, he'd need to deliver...
Come to the conclusion. Oh my God.
For the truth, raw.
The wordplay on this is crazy.
Vigorously, you might even say. Unk's brand is very much about keeping it real, so in a bold move, lubricated only by a desire to maintain integrity, the Unk went balls deep into the controversy on his very own podcast. Later,
deep.
On the evening of 9/11, Shannon Sharpe went live on his Nightcap podcast, which is a show co-hosted by NFL wide receiver legend and longtime friend of the Unk, Chad Ochocinco. It was an effort.
I love, like, the contrast of their room. Like, he got a whole setup. He got his name in the back. Everything is all done up, right? And then you just got Ochocinco. He still got a podcast quality mic, but he don't got the SM7B, and the room is just empty.
To get ahead of the story, Shannon would speak candidly, detailing his shame and embarrassment regarding what had happened, making clear that it wasn't a staged publicity stunt or hack, but was indeed a case of a boomer accidentally going live.
But guys, this was not...
I don't believe that.
staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed.
That's not how, bro. That's not how it works. That's dead not how it works. So your phone, when you threw it on the bed, it just magically opened up. It magically unlocked itself, went straight to the Instagram app, slid to the right, pressed the live button, counted down, and you didn't think anything of it? Who the fuck had your phone? Casper the Friendly Ghost? You know how many steps that is? I don't believe that shit.
Engaged in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works.
Shannon explains that during the time that he was unknowingly
Y'all
streaming,
think he's telling the truth?
he actually
I don't believe
started
it.
getting calls to his second phone that he had, people trying to like tell him what was going on. And that's how he figured out what was happening.
All of a sudden, my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he said, Shannon, you on IG Live. I'm like, doing what? And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex. Man, my heart.
Imagine having to break the news to him.
sank.
The explanation of what had happened is initially weaved with threads of regret, humility, and condolences, though Shannon couldn't help but acknowledge the humor of
Nah, bro. And then especially when you look back now with the situation with that white girl and shit, it's like, nah, bro. You know what you were doing.
situation as he peppered in some of his signature unk charm during this bang session apology.
I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey, I'll get it in. Real talk.
And then look, he stood on it. Get it in.
Hey, Joe. See, I know, man, I'll be lying. Okay, lying.
Bro, why is it like, do they got veneers in? I've been looking at their teeth this whole time.
Oh man,
He sparks hard. Joe.
What is that?
I hit one early this morning.
The virile
Wait, are those blue pills? You taking rhinos?
unk used the opportunity to also take a jab at detractors who were apparently making claims around this time that he was gay or sexually impotent because of his age. Well, we know that's not true.
The fuck? And this shit is like, I've never heard some shit like this.
To conclude this analysis of the night,
Why is my shit lagging, bro? Oh my god, put this bitch in 720p. This is bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Nightcap apology stream, I'd like to play a clip of Shannon expressing a final sentiment of remorse, wherein I think he rather poignantly explains why, despite the humorous absurdity of the matter, this was an unacceptable failure of his responsibilities as a widely beloved and looked up to media personality.
Exactly.
Take a look.
You cried?
Yeah, because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for my circle. I'm embarrassed for the people there. There are people not every.
Wow, bro. Wow. Oh, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is dead ass crazy. It's getting to a point.
Everybody, but there are people out there that hold me in high regard and look to me as a beacon, as a role model.
Right.
And I let those people down.
All things considered, the Nightcap podcast episode discussing the accidental live stream was well received by Shannon's fans. It was honest, raw talk, and Unk was able to tackle the difficult subject in a way that was true to his personal brand.
I mean, y'all thought I was bull jiving. Hey, I'll get it in. Real talk.
The only real repercussions at the time were internet memes and online jokes, many
my
of which
God.
actually indirectly praised the 57-year-old man for still being a bedroom athlete. Looking at this situation with everything now considered, you might be tempted to call it one of the most brilliant PR crisis navigation victories in the history of show business. And if only isolating this particular segment of the controversy, I'd probably agree with you. But the story of Shannon Sharpe and his sexual misadventures isn't quite over yet, as things would take a more disturbing
he's gonna talk about that whole situation. Oh my
turn
god.
the following year. Some serious accusations were coming down the pipeline. Just as the public was beginning to forget his accidental live stream, Shannon Sharpe found himself back in the news again for bedroom-related offenses. And sadly, there's little humorous silver lining to the sheets enveloping this allegation. Allow me to introduce you to, at the time, 21-year-old.
Like, bro, what was he doing? You know what's crazy, though? It's like, when you're old and you have money, of course you're going to want to crack some young shit. I'm going to keep it a buck. But he just messed with the wrong one, bro. And she just saw an opportunity and ran with it, bro. Now she never has to work ever in her. She never has to work, gang.
Gabriella Zungia. This OnlyFans content creator shocked the public after issuing a civil lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe in April of 2025. And
that's crazy.
What, you might ask? Well, the woman was seeking over $50
was Shannon, you think Shannon Sharpe was having like a midlife crisis or something?
$50 million in damages, claiming that Shannon had assaulted and sexually assaulted her. Additionally, alleging the unk had engaged in sexual battery and intentionally inflicted emotional distress against her. The complaint alleges that Shannon also recorded their sexual encounters and shared them with friends without the woman's permission. Though it is important to note that the complaint clarifies that Gabriella was not the same woman with Sharpe in the accidental livestream leak. Now, I'm no legal expert or anything, and everything that is alleged, but my thinking here is that she
literally ran off with like minimum $20 million, bro. Is that not crazy?
Individual may have been afraid to come forward
she just
with
stepped into generational wealth.
Her allegations initially because of Shannon's rather flawless reputation. And while the live stream leak doesn't necessarily show any form of abuse, it showed the world that Shannon was very much sexually active. And it definitely hinted that there was more to the wholesome unk personality broadcasted on TV.
I mean, that's just like life in general, though. Like, information like that is... Bro, that aspect of Shannon Sharpe's life should have never reached the public. That's something that should have been between him and that first woman and him and the other woman. You feel me? But she saw it as an opportunity to get a settlement, and he settled just so that he could move forward. And there will always be a blemish on his career, but he's gonna always get money, bro. But we shouldn't be knowing who's fucking who behind the scenes and what they're saying and shit like that. Because obviously it's going to mess with your perception of them. We're all human beings. You feel me? That's natural.
Perhaps after the accidental stream situation, this person felt their story would be taken more seriously, and that's why they came forward. When these sexual assault and misconduct allegations hit the newswire, Shannon was quick to respond to the controversy just like he did previously. Though there was nothing jovial about this address. Shannon, mustering every ounce of professionalism that he was capable of, communicated to his audience, claiming the allegations were untrue. And he even goes as far as to call the civil suit levied against him a shakedown attempt from a predatory lawyer that targeted rich black celebrities.
To my family,
yeah, I mean, that's Tony Busby, bro.
I want to speak to you directly.
He's not wrong.
And from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated.
I mean, if it's all being orchestrated, right? And you made this whole video, why would you accept the settlement? I do think it's a shakedown. But why would you come out and say all this and say that you're going to defend yourself and you're going to fight it and you didn't? I don't know.
By Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
He didn't want... I think that's why it is. I think that tape coming out would have probably been the demise of his entire career. He'd probably get no more sponsorships. Nobody would want to work with him like that. So he just took the settlement. Because, you know, if you've seen a lot of those text messages that Shannon Sharpe was saying, bro, he was into like race play. He was into like getting his booty ate and all type of freaky shit. All type of freaky frog behavior, bro.
In addition to this response, Shannon's lawyers produced a series of text messages between the
Only if you put that great baby gravy in me.
accuser and the unk, seemingly showing Gabriella being sexually promiscuous, at one point allegedly asking to have a dog collar on while being choked. In response to this statement, Gabriella's lawyers released leaked conversations between her and Shannon, one of which includes audio of Shannon allegedly threatening to choke the dog collar enthusiast.
Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Damn, she was recording that whole shit.
Say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do.
Oh, I don't want to be choked. This shit reminds me of like some freaky foreplay shit. I don't want to be choked. Oh my God.
I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Shannon's legal team responded to this recording, claiming the clip was taken out of context and was part of a role-playing dynamic.
Yeah, it's like some BDSM shit. That weird, freaky, choking and all that shit.
Whatever the case, the allegations surrounding this matter had proven to be far more consequential than the accidental live stream.
I like how he's covering the full thing.
That predicated all of this. Because of the controversy surrounding him, Shannon took a sabbatical from his broadcasting role at ESPN.
Nah, he's fired now. That's crazy.
While he wasn't fired, it remains uncertain if he will return. Shannon is very much a face of the network when it comes to ESPN's NFL stuff. He gets a lot of exposure for being on their shows. I couldn't imagine he would have taken a leave if it was not for this situation.
No, ESPN is all about their bag. Trust, they're all about the brand. That's why they made him go on leave.
In addition to the uncertain circumstances with ESPN, it was also revealed that Shannon once offered $10 million to settle the lawsuit filed by Gabriella, indicating the filing may have had more bite to it than many initially suspected. I would have had to have ended this story on a cliffhanger if it wasn't for a massive development during the scripting process of this video. A settlement has occurred, a seemingly big one too. On July 18th, Gabriella's lawyer, Tony Bubsy, announced the $50 million lawsuit had ended in settlement, with parties reaching a mutually agreed resolution and the matter being dismissed with prejudice. This settlement also clarifies some details about their relationship, if it were, stating that it was admitted by both parties to be, quote, a long-term consensual and tumultuous relationship, unquote.
Doesn't that mean they had arguments or something?
Settlement revelation, Gabriella announced that she was retiring from OnlyFans.
Bro, the way that she made this sound, you would have thought she was a 20-year veteran. Today, I have decided to retire from OnlyFans. Thank you for the incredible support you've shown me over the past few years. You're not Kobe Bryant. You're not LeBron, bro. She's making it seem like she was putting in pain for the past few years, just feeding the streets. This community has given me a life I could never have imagined. Your simp pay pigs, bro. I'll still be active on social media and have several new projects in the works that I can't wait to share. I'm sorry to break it to you, my baby. You post thirst traps on your Instagram. I seen it. Nobody gives a fuck about your projects. They were following you because they wanted to crack, bro. I'm truly excited for this next chapter. I love you all forever and ever. She never has to work a day in her life, bro. Lust is crazy. Because it just takes one woman to destroy an entire empire,
saying this on social media. While the amount awarded to her isn't public information, the implication is that she got a fuckload of money from this. While Shannon Sharpe is by no means going to
get like 20 mil or something?
Bankrupted by this lawsuit, it is a huge hit not only financially, but reputationally as well.
Oh my God.
A lot of people have been criticizing him lately, saying that it's kind of pathetic that he's in his 50s or 60s and doesn't really have a wife or family to take care of him or at least support him. He's still in the trenches as a grown-ass man chasing these like ratchet OnlyFans bitches. He'll likely bounce back, but the unk has certainly taken a little bit of damage here. As a final update to this story,
yeah, that shit is sad. That's some midlife crisis shit, bro.
We just got word that ESPN is officially cutting ties with Shannon Sharpe. This really is an example of an accidental live stream ruining someone's life. Accidentally going live is a complete disaster if you value your personal privacy, but thankfully it's unlikely to occur because, well, you guys are just smarter than that. But even the more careful of you out there already likely have had your personal information taken from you.
Oh, yeah, see, he's doing a sponsorship. That's when you skip. Just go to the next time frame. Hold on. YouTube live gooning incident. Oh my God.
YouTube streamer accidentally live streams a gooning session. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to failed gaming YouTuber Darkside Phil.
Why am I toxic?
The cliff notes on Phil, for those of you who don't know the guy, he's a washed up Let's Player from a bygone era who doesn't know when to call it quits.
What? Wait, from a bygone era? What does that even mean?
He also really sucks at video games, which makes no sense.
Oh, I failed because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the aiming.
I think I seen a thumbnail of him talking about give me my money when it was like this video or something.
Aiming is actually hard to do because the triggers are very like loose. It's super hard.
The triggers are loose.
Actually do it properly. Also, the thumbsticks are overly sensitive, so it's hard to aim.
Phil blames his audience.
Is he really that bad? I'm not gonna lie, dude. That game is not hard to play. Donkey Kong Bonanza is not hard. That level that he was playing was easy.
For his declining views, refused to improve his content, only to eventually give up making videos for good, and started streaming shortly after. And well,
Wait, what? So he was washed? Hold on.
Declining views, refused to improve his content, only to eventually give up making videos for good, and started streaming shortly after. And well, he's been begging people for money to get by on these streams for close to a decade now. Really?
I mean, that sounds like longevity. It's people in it. Dude, it's people in that chat though.
Really doesn't know when to hang it up.
Please support the stream. Let's get some tips rolling in. Let's get our first tip of the night.
Yo.
Let's get our first memberships of the night. Let's get a super chat for the night.
Yo, Blood, what's good, gang? I'm locked in on the react right now.
In here. Let's get it up to 100 likes. Let's get some contributions, but in particular tips. Let's get the tips coming in. I just received a $13 tip. Let's keep going.
Cool. Hey, I mean, the method is working though.
With a $14 tip. Now, who's going to be the $14 tipper to get the Jill hat? Let's find out. I have received the $14 tip.
But begging for money isn't all that Phil does on stream. You see, many years ago, Phil was a lolcow simply for being an unself-aware jackass. But in 2016, an event would transpire that would take the mockery and notorious reputation of this man-child gamer to a different stratosphere altogether.
Man-child
gamer. May
gamer.
1st, 2016. Darkside Phil goes live on YouTube. Now on screen, he starts up a pre-stream.
Oh my God, this is like one of my greatest fears. I don't want to be washed. That's scary.
Lobby with a standby message reading, "This stream will be starting shortly. Please stand by." Unbeknownst to Phil at the time was the fact that this wasn't the only thing on screen viewers were seeing. Phil had forgotten to disable his camera, so he could actually be seen in the corner of the screen during his pre-stream lobby. But like, he doesn't know you can see him. But I mean, big fucking deal, right? This happens to streamers all the time. What, maybe we catch the guy picking his nose on camera or something like that? You know, surely that's the worst it could get, right?
Don't tell me we're gonna see him jacking his shit.
The first few minutes of this pre-stream peep show were mostly benign. Just Phil seemingly browsing the web and clicking a few links.
Nah, hey, he was looking for videos, bro. He was probably on web page 352 trying to find the right video.
Nothing really out of the ordinary. But Phil suddenly lays back in his chair, and that's when this whole situation takes an unbelievably goonish turn. With the PlayStation 4 menu music underscoring the affair, Phil stares intently at his computer screen as his arm starts moving. It's theorized that he could have been stroking something here, with a primal aura manifesting in the gamer's gaze.
Nah, he was definitely beating his shit, bro. Why is he doing that? Oh my God.
Convulsing and gyrating with increasing focus and ferocity.
He probably nutted right there.
With his entire body shaking, the goateed gamer throws his head back as if expelling an exorcist demon. In an instant, it's like he just returns to normal. It's at this moment that Phil decides to...
No. If he gets up, that's how you know he nutted, bro. He's got to hit that walk of shame.
His pre-stream lobby and start the show. Little did he know there were about 50 or so people who had just watched him jerk off in front of them. These traumatized viewers would take to the chat and inform him of the colossal fuck-up.
What is up, everyone? Hello, and welcome. Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know.
He didn't even give a fuck.
One thing that I've never...
He didn't care at all. Yo, the camera was on. Why did anybody in the chat type that he was beating his shit?
Been able to reconcile about this incident is not just the fact that he jerked off before doing a live stream show.
Nah, that's
that's
real.
Insane. But he did it during a pre-stream lobby. Like, this man actually hit live with his feed being broadcasted to the internet, but he's just not on camera, and he's like, I'm cool with that. I'm still just gonna jerk off over here, and that's no big deal to me. Dude, if I'm jerking off, there's not gonna be a live feed within 1,000 yards in any direction of me, okay?
Nah, that's real.
Phil, you're insane. You're a fucking psychopath. This is crazy. Now, Phil's a professional accountability avoider. And when some in the chat asked him about the bizarre pre-stream convulsions that looked a lot like masturbation, he denied he was doing so and pretended as if nothing happened.
I mean, if you were in that situation, let's keep it a buck, I would be doing the same thing. What? Because imagine he's like, yeah, I was beating my shit. Then he would get banned. He would immediately get banned. And then everybody, I mean, they still bring it up, but like, you could still be like, nah, I was just sitting there. I was just feeling sick. I felt like I needed to throw up.
Though, the video speaks for itself. It was crystal clear what the guy was doing.
Oh yeah, he's clearly jacking his shit.
This was the first time in internet history a streamer had accidentally broadcasted themselves shucking and jiving. So it goes without saying the clip went massively viral online. We were truly in uncharted territory here. The entire internet went crazy over the accidental stroke show, sharing Phil's climax everywhere they could, with almost everyone having a laugh at the man's expense. This controversy would not be something he could sweep under the rug, something even stubborn old Phil would come to terms with.
And all of a sudden my Twitter starts blowing up on my phone, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I look down and I look at the tweets, and
oh my God,
people were sending me, hey,
there's whole commentary videos about him, bro.
Rich, DSP Gaming got caught jerking off.
Bro, don't tell me that was his claim to fame too. That's sad.
On live stream.
Oh my God.
He didn't realize his camera was on before he started live streaming, and he decided to rub one out, and everyone saw. There was like 100 people in the stream, and they all watched him jerk off.
Knowing Phil, you'd assume he'd make a terrible response to the drama and gaslight people about what had happened. But in a rather uncharacteristically self-aware move from Phil, the day after the clip went viral, the guy fired up a live stream and confessed, coming clean all over everything.
He admitted
because of
to
the mishap yesterday, I have seen tons of attention thrown my way. It happens. I think that I've handled it pretty well. In the past, I have been known.
I'm not gonna lie. If he would have just been like, yo, I just needed to bust a nut. Let's just keep it a stat. Sorry, I didn't mean to accidentally press live. Can you blame the kid? Sometimes you gotta bust a nut. That's what I would have said.
As a person who unfortunately kind of takes things way too seriously, and when shit happens, instead of kind of rolling with it, I get pissed off. And you know what? That's not the way to handle stuff. I'm certainly not going to hold
that
it
was real. What he said though was real.
Against anyone for joking about something that happened that was completely hilarious in my opinion. I mean, I'll be honest, at first I was incredibly embarrassed, but after the initial shock of knowing what happened, I cannot stop laughing about it. I don't know about anyone else. A lot of people are like appalled. Oh my God. Come on. Yes, because we all know that, you know, it's such an unnatural thing. It's such a horrible, horrendous action. Everyone, you know, whoever has done it should be burned at the stake. Then again, everyone who's done it probably didn't inadvertently.
Bro, come on, you act like you never lied. Come on, bro. Come on. I just think doing that pre-live is crazy. That's like a post-live activity. Let's just keep it a buck.
Live stream it.
Thankfully for Phil, he wasn't
he laughed it
banned
off though. He laughed it off
for this live streamed jerk session, but he'd never live it down. And the stream has become a source of ridicule for close to a decade now. Despite somewhat owning up to what he did, Phil became a laughingstock to the greater internet because of this clip. And man, the gaff has had an unbelievable...
You know what's crazy though? Who gives a fuck? As long as if he got a core community, bro, and they fuck with him for him, and he just does dumb shit all the time. Who cares?
Unbelievably long shelf life as a meme. The video clip showing this chicken choking incident pops up every now and then and goes viral, and you still run into people who have never seen it before.
Yeah, I never saw this.
Equally as shocked as the people who watched it unfold live back in 2016.
At least his dick is not in the cam.
Oh, the camera's on.
Oh, the camera's on.
Who said that? Who said
no,
that?
that's crazy.
You masturbated on YouTube, live stream.
What?
They wanted to prosecute you, but they said your penis was so small they couldn't actually make it out. So
who is
they
this?
couldn't tell whether you were masturbating or playing with a fucking skin tag.
As it became clear that leaning into what had happened didn't stop people from making fun of him, Darkside Phil would adopt a policy of silence regarding this May 1st, 2016 disaster stream. Very rarely does
it's been literally like 10 years.
he acknowledge it in public. About a year or so ago, he actually went on a podcast and did address it, and you can tell it's something of a sore spot still.
Here's the truth of the matter. First of all, it took place on YouTube, not on Twitch. All right? There was maybe 20, 30 people there when it happened because I just turned the stream on, right? And it was right, you know, laptop in front of me.
Nah, that's bad. That's bad, bro. Trying to over-explain. See, it was like 20 people. Bro, I'd have been like, yeah, I need to bust a nut. And what? I would have just stood on business, bro. He trying to why are you over-explaining yourself, bro? It was funny. Just leave it at that.
Camera's on. So embarrassing. But what's the narrative now? Darkside Phil masturbated in front of thousands of people, including small children, on the internet, live on Twitch.
What?
And didn't get banned for it.
Things can happen, dog. You know?
Thankfully, the camera was not panned down. That would have been very, very bad. Thank God it was, you know, the angle. That it was at.
Yeah.
You know? All right. How am I ever going to live that down? If anything, here's what I learned from it. That's going to always, no matter what these idiots say about me, that's always going to be my most embarrassing moment.
All right, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to give you some advice. All right, I want to give you some advice right now. I'm
not going to lie. That kind of sounds freeing if you think about it. Because from this point right here, no matter how many embarrassing moments you have, nothing will overshadow that moment. People will always bring that up. And if you learn to deal with that, you're basically free from embarrassment. Think about it. Low key, hold on. I found the beauty. I think I'm just that type of person. I can find the beauty in any situation, bro.
Own it, and you need to have a box of tissues behind you.
And a t-shirt.
As a fucking joke, dude. Troll them back.
Yes, troll them back,
Philip
bro.
Burnell, go on the Lolcow podcast, you coward. Female streamer accidentally gets busy.
Nah, wasn't she getting fucked? Hold on. Couldn't you? I remember when this clip came out. You could tell in a reflection.
On Twitch. On August 24th,
Where's
2022, 21-year-old streamer Kimika would go live.
What if they get caught being an EDP? Then your career is fucking done. You can't get canceled for shit except being a fucking pedophile now.
On Twitch to a few dozen followers. But this would be no ordinary just chatting stream. On first glance, nothing
Look, why is she, yeah, you could tell immediately. She pressing that shit back.
immediately inappropriate is detected on camera.
But then she dropped.
But the woman does appear to be a bit preoccupied with someone in the room that's off screen. In fact, if you look closely at the reflection in the glass window, you can see what appears to be a man performing
nah, she was getting her shit crushed.
A spur of the moment oil change on the streamer. The woman's face visually contorting as the mechanic goes to work under the hood.
Oh, you can hear him. Was she drunk?
Needless to say.
Oh my God, he was right behind her. What? Bro, the mirror is blurred, dumbass. You think I would react to some shit with a bitch getting fucked on the side? Oh my God, bro, he was right behind her.
Needless to say, this sort of automotive work isn't allowed to be broadcasted on Twitch. In response to the discovery of this illicit auto body detailing, Twitch would ban both of Kimika's accounts. It was only 7 days. At the time,
7 days? 7 days? That should be a permaban. What? Twitch. See, this is the biggest problem with Twitch is their moderation, bro.
Twitch was already in a lot of controversy for seemingly giving preferential treatment to female streamers. You know, you'd have cases where chicks would accidentally show their tits on stream or flash their coochie and they wouldn't get banned. So to see somebody getting full-on dipstick
flash their
and only
coochie,
getting a 7-day temp ban, this was kind of outrageous. Independent gaming journalist Jake Lucky would be the first to report on the incident, posting the clip to Twitter on
We've officially seen it all.
August 25th, 2022. In a later tweet, Jake would also reveal that he had gotten in touch with the streamer, and she apparently told him going live and getting railed was some kind of accident. She did it, she didn't mean to, guys. Are we sure about that? Jake said, quote,
"You literally got a donation in the fucking clip. I told you, it looked like she was drunk. She said, she told me it was a drunken accident and ended stream quickly.
She told me it was a drunken accident and ended the stream quickly. I think something this stupid warrants a permaban." Lucky elaborated further on the ban itself, quote, "The streamer who had sex on stream verbally stated she only got a 7-day ban from Twitch. She did not show the email or screenshots of the ban. Highly doubt Twitch will keep it
that
at
should be a
7 days
perma,
now."
bro.
After Jake's tweet went viral, many were outraged. Gideon,
Oh yeah, because Gideon was fucking banned at this time.
YouTuber who had been banned from Twitch indefinitely for simply raiding Pokemon's chat.
Yes, and he said
expressed
L
his
plus
annoyance,
ratio.
writing in a now deleted tweet, quote, a girl
gets fucked on stream 7 days. While I'm still here permaban, Twitch is racist. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's crazy because Twitch literally still gets flack. It still gets flack to this day for their moderation and their preferential treatment of streamers. Bad bitches will always get preferential treatment on Twitch because they bring in money. The fact that Gideon got banned for saying L plus ratio, that's crazy. But it's because he did it to Pokimane. He could have did it to any other girl streamer, he would have been good. But he went straight for the queen, bro. That's where he fucked up.
It's fucked on stream, a 7-day ban while I'm
Bro, it's crazy because there's streamers that still come at Twitch to the in 2025.
Here perma-banned, Twitch is racist, unquote. An annoying knock-on effect to this controversy was that given the nature of it, Kimika's social media accounts began exploding as an influx of gooners flocked to her pages, eagerly awaiting more scraps of
You think she started at OnlyFans? I would have if I was her. She would have got a bag.
NSFW content. Despite the cries for justice, Kimika would never receive a permanent ban from Twitch, and she was allowed back on the platform after her 7 days expired. The entire situation turning into a twisted win.
She just got fucked on stream. It wasn't anything serious. It's just water under the bridge. It was an accident. It was an accident. She was just getting her doonies crushed.
The woman. The controversy resulted in her Twitch channel growing from 230 followers to around 5,600. She also picked up around 20,000 Instagram followers and 120,000 followers on TikTok. As of today, Kimika is still streaming on Twitch and posts to her TikTok and Instagram regularly. Her numbers have somewhat plateaued since the big drama, but needless to say, it made her career. And as you might expect, she has a pretty popular OnlyFans account too.
I knew it. Bro, if you didn't get into OnlyFans off of this, that's literally the craziest bag fumble because you already got fucked on camera. You already did the craziest thing. You just gotta continue doing what you've been doing before or just post thirst traps. Literally. Oh my God.
I'm sure Shannon Sharpe has probably seen all of the photos.
Oh my God.
Jordan Peterson not realizing he's live for several minutes.
Wait, Jordan Peterson? He probably looked crazy. This is probably looking like, yo, my shit is fucked up. That was just some goofy shit.
5 minutes later.
You're gonna have holes in your mouth, you know. You are.
Uh-oh. I'm live streaming.
This shit don't even look crazy from this angle now.
The Zoom bombing incident. During the COVID lockdown, people flocked to Zoom in droves to communicate. Calls with friends, work meetings, study sessions, doctor visits, court proceedings, you name it. While certainly a pragmatic
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. We need to bring back that Zoom shit. That shit was clutch.
solution at the time, the adoption didn't come without its quirks, especially early on. And there were troublemakers out there eager to exploit the communication method for their own entertainment. Which brings us to the Zoom raiders, or the process of Zoom bombing. Zoom bombing became a popular tactic for some
when everybody would infiltrate it and start playing clips and shit.
of the internet's more
This shit was
mischievous.
goated.
Essentially, you had trolls joining non-password protected Zoom calls, typically hosted by official organizations, and derailing the meetings. by-
Bro, it's nothing official about this shit. It was like Neighborhood Watch or like Spiritual Awakening classes with Linda, and it's a bunch of 40-year-old white women, bro. They don't know how to use the internet.
Playing offensive audio or video content to the people in them. Government meetings were prime targets for this sort of trolling for obvious.
No, bro, I'm not. Dude, people are just too funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Yo, we literally had a fucking pandemic. Nobody can leave the house, and there's just people making the most of it. I'm not gonna lie. That is funny as fuck. Bro, why would you do some? This is racist as fuck.
To the people in them.
This is racist as fuck. Bro, what?
Meetings were prime targets for this sort of trolling.
What
for
was that meeting they were in, bro?
Obvious reasons.
You know 2020 was like, that was a very social justice like type year, bro.
One of the most infamous Zoom bombs ever dropped was in a South African parliament meeting being held in Johannesburg. On March 7th, 2020, the Parliament of South Africa held an online Zoom
and they just posted all that information and they didn't, wow.
and publicly posted the details to access the Zoom on their Twitter account. Big mistake. Details posted on Twitter included the actual password to access the video conference. And you might imagine where this is going. Before the meeting, one of the speakers actually cautioned the parliament from advertising the meeting in this way.
No way.
Warning the organizers of the ongoing threat of Zoom bombers who were running amok online at the time.
And you know he was like, I told you so.
Sadly, the warning fell on deaf ears. Shortly after the commencement of the Parliament Zoom meeting, a Zoom bomber joined the call and almost immediately began playing obscene pornographic videos along with racial slurs over the speaker. After the offensive video starts playing,
can't take shit serious.
The speaker, who initially warned the parliament, is quoted saying, "This is exactly what I said about Zoom." Realizing they had been invaded by nefarious trolls, the meeting abruptly ended.
Bro, look, she looking away like, I'm sorry, I would be crying laughing if I was in that room.
And a new one was set up without the password being shared publicly. They managed to get through that one without any kinks. Funeral attendee takes a shower on live stream. Zoom has become a rather useful tool. Let's say you can't make it to an event or scheduled meeting, you can attend virtually. I mean, nowadays you have people attending weddings they can't make it to over these video calls. They also attend funerals too. It can be very convenient. It certainly seemed that way for one woman who was a friend of the recently deceased, a father of 3 who had died after a long and brutal battle with cancer. She was running late, and not wanting to miss any of the proceedings, she actually joined the Zoom call that was taking place at the funeral itself.
Why would she join in the shower?
She could watch it while she got ready. She was going to attend in person, she just didn't want to miss anything. The only problem was she had left her camera on during the getting ready process, so on the massive projector inside the funeral service, everyone got a front row seat through her preparational grooming, including her showering and her shaving her coochie.
Oh my god, bro. And they didn't turn that shit off?
One of the woman's friends sends her a message informing her of what had happened. And believe it or not, she actually still went to the funeral in person after all of this.
That's
arriving
real.
in tears, ashamed of what she had done. Quote, some bird logged on and didn't realize her camera was on and was in the shower shaving her pubes, an attendee said. If an entire funeral saw me shaving my pubes and showering in the nude, I don't know if I'm going to show up no matter how much I love
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. That's how you know she really loved, bro. Was that his wife or something? Who was she?
that person who died.
How could you pull up and everybody seeing your hairy ass coochie, bro? Oh my God.
Man accidentally live streams his wife giving birth to hundreds of people.
How do you accidentally do that? That don't
With
even make sense.
everyone having a camera in their pocket these days, the recording of a childbirth by family members occurs more than you might imagine. And hey, if you went Stanley Kubrick on your wife's hoo-ha in the delivery room, hey, I'm not judging personally, but for me, I'd like to be in the moment. You know, a moral encouragement. Push, baby, push. I don't want to have to be worrying about the framing of the
oh my God, bro. I don't think I could be there. Yo, if you had a kid, if you were having a kid, do you think you could be there for the childbirth? I don't think I could, bro.
Garacha on camera, if you feel me. But hey, if you insist on filming it, just be careful out there, because you might end up like the guy who accidentally shared his wife's birthing process with everyone that he had ever met. On May 16th, Kali Konongada, a 26-year-old man from Carmichael, California, was about to experience—
He's 26?
one of the greatest moments life has to offer. His wife, Sarah Dome, she was giving birth to their first child, and he planned on filming it. Kali is of Polynesian descent. Specifically, his family is from the island of Tonga. It's within traditional norm of—
You don't even look Polynesian.
these people to have your entire family witness a woman giving birth. Now, unable to airlift his extended family into this delivery room, Kali opted to simply film the delivery and show his family the video later. Ah yeah, I can't wait to pop a squat on the couch with Onk and show him my wife spread open giving birth in 4K. Now, the man here was something of a boomer when it came to technology, and as you might expect, was primarily a Facebook user. In fact, Kali often used Facebook's in-app camera to record videos instead of his phone's default app. What could possibly go wrong?
Why was he using Facebook for that?
There. As his wife begins pushing and the birth of the child is imminent, Kali hits record. But something was off. Sometime after hitting record, the man, who was focused on the birth itself, takes a glance to his phone screen to make sure it's still capturing footage. And to his shock, he discovered a live viewer count in the top corner.
How many people were watching that?
Was rapidly increasing, rising moment to moment. Kali had accidentally broadcasted to Facebook Live. Quote, I didn't notice it was on the public feed until someone said, push, push, in the comments. It was my little cousin, Kali said.
Nah,
the
that's
childbirth
crazy.
stream spread viral.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think that's, I mean, it depends. I guess if you didn't want that to be publicly put out, but your whole family saw it anyways, that's Facebook.
And thousands of people were in the chat room, tuned in. Panicked, Kali initially considered shutting down the stream.
No, it was
viewers
motion.
were cheering his wife on. And the man reckoned, hell, I've already been live streaming it this long. Why not see
Exactly. If it's all positive,
get through to the end. Quote, there's a lot of negative stuff on Facebook, and so I thought this would be positive. I figured as long as I kept it PG, it's something to be happy about.
That is beautiful.
Doing his best to avoid any nudity, Kali supported his wife through the birthing process, with the chat room filled with friends and strangers cheering them on. Sarah had no idea she had an audience, later stating, quote, I thought he was just filming regular and he put it on live, and I didn't know until the end, so yeah, I was surprised. Thankfully for everyone, the delivery resulted in a healthy baby boy.
That's
the
all that
accidental
matters.
stream showing this entire process was reportedly viewed over 200,000 times.
What?
Certainly a truly bizarre situation.
I need a baby. What the fuck? 200,000 views? 200,000 views? Oh my God, bro. Maybe I do need a kid. What?
All things considered, with the nudity being kept to a minimum and the outcome
You
being—
know how crazy that is? 200,000 people were that means comments were probably flying in.
Wholesome?
Holy shit.
I'm okay with it, I guess.
I would have, if I accidentally went live and I seen I had 200,000 people while my wife is giving birth to a kid, I'm letting that bitch run too. What? I'm letting that live run. I'm giving, hey, baby, push. I wouldn't have told her either. I would have waited till afterwards. Yeah, it was 200,000 people watching, but it was still a beautiful moment.
Some online weren't, though. There was a bit of pushback, with some suggesting the whole thing was unfair to the wife, like it was some sort of invasion of her privacy. Obviously, some also were just appalled that something so visceral was live streamed to Facebook. Though it's important to note that Kali really didn't show much
Gotta do the
here.
dub method.
The stream has nothing inappropriate except for one moment when the man was distracted by the baby coming out and he accidentally, shows a glimpse of his wife's breast for a second. Kali responded to his new
that's not bad.
detractors, quote, "I know some people are mad that it's not private, but I'm from the island of Tonga. And many years ago, we would have water births in public. I wasn't worried about hiding anything because our culture has done this for thousands of years. I don't think it's fair to cast judgment upon people. I mean, birth is a wonderful thing," Kali said. Sarah also expressed her own unperturbed reaction. Quote, "I know there's some people that say, oh, that's too much, but I think it's really not that bad. Everyone can have their opinion, but to me, it's beautiful. It's a blessing. It shows mothers it's not hard to have a baby. It's not so much pain. I mean, there is pain, but you can do it and don't be ashamed. I'm not ashamed," the woman said. When asked if she had watched the 45-minute video of her birthing, she claimed that she had not yet. "I've been with the baby, but I went to the end to make sure he didn't show too much, and I thought, oh, this isn't too bad."
Oh, that's all that matters then.
People magazine in an interview that he hoped one day his son will see the video of him being born and appreciate the story behind his life.
Yes,
Quote,
that's gonna
"That
be
is what
lit.
us Islanders do. We carry stories from elder to elder, so my story will be passed on to him. My pain will become a blessing to him." When a potential invasion of privacy actually turns into a pretty wholesome moment,
That was
the
hella
story of
wholesome.
the man who accidentally live streamed his wife giving birth.
At this point, you got to keep streaming, bro. Now people are invested in the life of the child.
And well, you made it to the end of the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a like, bro. This was good. Yeah, that dude needs to stream his kid's life. I think that would be a beautiful thing. This is a really well put together video, bro. Go ahead and check this dude out. Let me go ahead and subscribe while we at it, bro. Other than that, though, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. See y'all in the next one, man. We on the road to 2,000 subs. We out.